Hey there guys, Bowman Hamster here, and today we're going to be taking a look at Rampage here. Well, I'm going to mix up the order a little bit. I'm going to start off just with this deck, and then we're going to go over his abilities and stuff. Just generally for those of you that know how Rampage work, I'm not teaching you to suck eggs. Those of you that don't, then you can have a little bit of addition at the end here. Okay, so this Rampage deck is based on him being a tank. Or an off lane or jungle. It depends on what you want to do with this. This is not the one. Is this the one? It is the one. Okay, guys. Okay, so we are going to go for a tank. If you want to win a game, then there's kind of three things ideally that you need in your team composition. You need a front line, i.e. someone that's going to sit at the front, take a shed ton of damage, and will peel people away from your ADC. You then need some CCers and some casters, and then you need your ADC who sits at the back and just blows everyone up. Your job is to run in and basically scare as many people as possible, and people are scared by Rampage. So let's take a look at the prime that we've gone for. So we're not looking for the extra attack power, instead we want the extra health. This is also going to give an extra 500 health to minions, so that if they have a lot of siege heroes, they are not going to be easily able to take out the minions if they drop all their siege abilities. So we've got a health potion here, a hunter's drink, and a healer's token. We've got 2 madstone gems, a mage's siphon, a brawler's ward with a 3, a 2, and a 1 mana. We've got an elder mage amulet with 3 1-strike tokens in it. Elder mage amulet with a 2 and a 1-strike token and a health 3 health token. Again, an elder mage amulet with a 2 and a 1 power token and a 3-cost health token. We've got a snakevine mesh here with 3 3-cost barriers, and we've got a thorn greenweed here with 3 1-cost barriers. We've got a venom shell here with a 3, a 2, and a 1 guard, and then a thunder cleaver with a 3, a 2, and a 2 kinetic. 3-2-2, guys. I guarantee this is not a 3-2-2 build. So what are you going to be doing? Well, if you're in off lane, then obviously you're going to be picking your healer's token and your health potion. Your health potion drops out at level 6, and you get your hunter's drink, because that is when the hunter's drinks start becoming more powerful than the health potion, if you still need a health potion at that point. If you're going to jungle, you're going to do the mage's siphon. Now, because Rampage has a 2-second stun, what I like to do is I like to do a level 1 gank on the mid. So I level up my rock first, I then rotate into the mid, hide behind the shadow wall just at the mid, run up into melee distance, throw the rock in his face, and generally you'll get your first blood. After the major siphon, I get my brawler's ward, then I save up all my points to get this thunder cleaver. Now, the reason you want to do this, guys, is because this is going to accelerate your farm beyond belief. You are going to be able to keep up farming with an ADC very, very easily with your Thunder Cleaver. Why is that? Well, Rampage is an insane amount of cleave anyway. I believe it's about 20%. With the Thunder Cleaver, it's an extra... Where are you, Mr. Thundercleaver? Mr. Thundercleaver, an extra 50% on top of that. So you're doing 70% damage of your basic attack to everything around this. You can just go into every jungle and you can wipe the an entire jungle camp in about 4 swipes. That is how insanely good this Thunder Cleaver is on Rampage for farming. Once you've got your Thunder Cleaver, you drop out your major siphon there because you're not going to need it anymore, into your Elder Major Amulet with the 1/1/1 in. You then get your second Elder Major Amulet, then your third ale, the Mage Amulet, and then what you do is you decide which damage type are you taking the most damage from, okay? If the ADC is particularly OP, then you are probably going to want to be going for your Venom Shell first, because this is going to reduce the amount of damage you take from their basic attack. This is very good late game against a Sparrow. If not, then you can get your Thorn Greaweave and then into your Snakevine Mesh a little bit later on, guys. But basically, you end up with the best part of about 3,000 health, give or take, with this build. These Madstone Gems, I never use them. They're just in there to fill gaps, really. Yeah, you're going to have the best part of about 3,000 health. Okay, you're going to jump in at your maximum ult. You are regenerating 200 health a second over 12 seconds. So that is an extra 2,400 health that you are going to be having on top of that. So your opponent has to go through a whopping 5,500 health. That is not including the mitigation for the armor that you're going to have on it as well. Basically, what you want to be doing is you want to be soaking up all the damage from the ultimates, from the bursts, yeah, like the was it the R2000 from Howitzer, all of that. You're going to be soaking up and absorbing all of that damage, guys. That is what you're supposed to do as a Rampage, in my opinion. This is how I play a Rampage. I want him to be the front line. I want him to be able to take 2-3 ultimates without having to worry about health or anything like that. If I'm taking 2 or 3 ultimates, then that's 2 or 3 ultimates that my ADC is not having to worry about. Okay, I'm going to upload a game that I just played where I was using this tank build to the best advantage that I could, and you'll see how it works. I let go of my Rampage, and then I just kind of walk into the middle of them and just take as much damage as possible. Right, so let's take a look at his kit. What has Rampage got? Rampage, in my opinion, is really, really good early game, particularly good mid game, and good late game as well. His ability to farm early is not that good. He does suffer a little bit from a low DPS to start off with. This is where you get the Thunder Cleaver, because you're not going to go for a DPS build. His basic attack is 2. His basic attack is 2. Base stats are 4. So he's pretty weak early game. His ability attack is 8. He's got a lot of ability damage that he does, and his mobility is 7. Now, although his base stats are very bad early game, the reason I say he's good early game is because he has a 2-second stun at level 1, which is pretty insane, guys. Okay, so let's have a look at this. So this is your swipe. This is your basic attack doing 58 damage. The power scaling for this is 0.6. It's not too bad, same as Greystone. So that's pretty good. Cooldown is 1.2 seconds. You get 1 point per level, so you get an extra 15 at level 15. And the cleave damage is 20%. So obviously, when you put that with the Thunder Cleaver, that's 70%. You're going to be clearing waves like there's no tomorrow. Pounce, guys. Rampage leaps, dealing 75 ability damage to nearby enemies when he lands. Swipe causes Rampage to slam down early. Most people don't know this. Once you activate this, especially in your ultimate form, which is going to make you jump for ages, if you hit the attack button, you will drop down early. A lot of people don't know that you can do this. This is very, very important because, again, in the video that I'm going to upload, you will see that at the end, when we are taking out inhibitors, there's a howitzer trying to teleport back to help his teammates, and I stop his teleport. and by stopping his teleport, that helps my team to take the inhibitor. So the power scaling for this is 0.4. So if you got 100 power, you're going to do an extra 40 damage to this. At level 4, this does 195 damage, so that's pretty good. Mana cost is 70 and the cooldown is 10 seconds on that. Boulder throw. Oh, this is insane. This is insane. Rampage throws a boulder that deals 100 ability damage and stuns the enemy hero for 2 seconds. Enemy minions hit by the boulder are displaced. This is insane, guys. Every 14 seconds you have a 2-second stun. Do you know how much chaos you can cause in the first 5 minutes of the game with this ability? It is fun. It is fun. The scaling on this is 0.75, guys. Wow. So if you've got 100 power, you're going to be doing an extra 75 damage on top of this. At max level, this does 295 damage and costs 90 mana with a 14-second cooldown at all levels. King of the Jungle, guys. King of the Jungle, meh. This got nerfed from Legacy, so it's a bit kind of underwhelming. It's his passive. He gains 0.5 health regen plus an additional 3 whilst in the jungle. At maximum level, it's an extra 2 regen. Whoa, steady on there, Epic. And in the jungle, it's an additional 12. This is the most useless ability on him, to be perfectly honest. You're going to pick this up to start off with, just to help you with jungling. Not to start off with, sorry. Your second ability, maybe your third. But you don't really need it. Enrage! This is awesome. Okay, Rampage becomes Enrage, gaining 75... What? Oh, 75 per second health regen for the next 12 seconds. It instantly casts your boulder throw, allows you to pounce a stupid amount of distance as well. And you can turn it off by re-triggering it again. At maximum, this is going to cost you 120 mana, and only has a 40-second cooldown, guys. Every 40 seconds, you want to be having a fight with this guy, okay? Or at least rescuing some of your teammates every 40 seconds, okay? Health regen at maximum level is 175 per second. Oh, it used to be 200. They've nerfed it down to 175. Which, if it goes for the full 12 seconds, that is 2,050 health, give or take, I think. So in addition to your 3,000 health, you're going to be doing, they're going to have to take out 5,000 of your health, guys. Right, so how do we do this? Well, we start off with our boulder throw, guys, because what we're going to be wanting to do is we're looking for those early ganks. Is the offlaner overextending? Has the mid laner decided to overextend into the middle because he feels safe? In which case, you are going to punish them. Hide around the corner just behind the shadow wall, as you'll see me do in this game, although I missed my boulder throw, I believe. Hit them, punish them. Even if you don't kill them, they're going to have to go back and regenerate their health. They can't hang around anymore. You have just given your mid laner a really, really good start, guys. Now, if you're in the jungle and you're taking a lot of damage, you get 1 point of King of the Jungle. That's going to help you with your +3 health regen. And then you are going to get Pounce. You then fully level up Boulder Throw, then Pounce, Enrage every time that you can, and King of the Jungle is last. Now, the reason you want to level up your Boulder Throw is because of the amount of damage that it does later on in the game. It is pretty insane, guys, okay? So what you want to be doing is you want to be using your Enrage in the middle of team fights. I pop my Enrage before I even get into a fight, usually. That is that is kind of what I want to do, so that it gives the opportunity for those ticks to start happening. Do not wait for your health to get down to like 50% or anything like that. His regeneration is not as good as it used to be. So you need to be very much aware of that, guys. So I generally pop that before I do this. I then use the rock to go in and basically stun a target. Then usually I run past that target, heading towards the ADC, because what I want is the ADC to be crapping their pants so much that they are running away from the fight. That's what I want, okay? So we're going to give this let me know how you get on with this, guys. Let's have a look. Imagine if rocks could crit, lol. Don't you think there should be less humanoid characters? Well, if ability could crit, that would be insane. But the reason the ability is so overpowered as it is, or so high powered as it is because it can't crit. Yeah. So that's why that is. And do I think there should be less humanoid characters? I like the old style. Yeah. So back in Legacy, look, we had, you got Howitzer, you got Iggy and Scorch, you got Grim, you've got Feng Mao, although they're humanoid, you got Chimera. All these are old heroes. Richter's been out for ages. Steel, although he's a humanoid, he's got an interesting look about him. I definitely feel that these characters are aesthetically more interesting to me. The problem is the fact that this kind of character is not going to appeal to the majority of market. Yeah. There's a reason that although I like heavy metal, you're not going to find heavy metal in the charts. Yeah. Although I like it, it's not what the general populace likes. Yeah. If you take a look at World of Warcraft, yeah, why is Alliance the most popular faction? Well, one of the reasons it's the most popular faction is because of the characters being more humanoid. They've got dwarves, they've got night elves, they've got humans, and because of this fact, people want to relate to their character. Yeah, I can't relate to being this little ant on top of this bipedal slug. So I do understand why they are going down the route of having more humanoid characters. Yeah, who doesn't want to be a kick-ass lady that can completely turn fights around? If you're one of those feminists, who doesn't want to be the Greystone here? Running at people's faces and slashing them to pieces. It's just more natural for people to have a better RPG experience if they can relate to the character that they are playing. So that's just a little bit of insight there for you guys anyway. So that's enough of my ramblings. That was a good question though, Super Ninja. Kept me going for quite a while. Yeah, if you've enjoyed the video, guys, give us a like. If this is going to help someone, then please share it. Other than that, like, favorite, subscribe, and I'll see you soon, guys. Take care.